Hey peoples, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You guys, I have a rant for y'all today because I need to get something off my chest, and it just happened yesterday night. And I don't know about y'all, but like I love to talk about pop culture and I love to talk about musical artists that I really adore, and I really don't like when people try to come from my favorite artists. So like I'm a stan of Lana Del Rey, and I just have to get this shit off my chest because I'm so sick of people always trying to make it seem like that she's racist because she supports a singer's music. Like I'm just so sick of this shit. And I also have like some political things to talk about too. I hope it doesn't get me in trouble because I will be talking about like the Wuhan lab leak situation, and I will be talking about what's going on our border because I think the border is very important to talk about. I feel like not a lot of people is talking about the border. It's very dangerous, and we need to protect America. Like, duh. Like, what? Anyways, if you want to keep on watching, and let's get started. All right, you guys. So first off, we're gonna start with like the pop culture stuff because it just needs to be talked about. Lana Del Rey. I don't know if you know who Lana Del Rey is, but like she's one of my favorite singers, and she has been in some controversial things in the past. People have called her racist for naming many artists in this one statement called "Question for the Culture," where she was just trying to defend her artistry and say like, you know, there should be space and there shouldn't be such like, you know, such harsh criticism on her art since other women are doing the same thing as her, but she does it in a different way. You get what I mean? And there has been a lot of things with her where people have like, you know, just demonized her since the beginning of her career. And recently she was supporting a artist called Morgan Wallen, and he's a country singer, and he has also been in controversy. Now, Lana has never said the N-word ever. She's never said N-word ever. We've never seen a video of her say the N-word, which, to be honest, I wouldn't give a fuck if she did. Like, what is that going to do for me? I'm going to get into that. But she put like a red heart under his post because he just came out with a new album. And to be honest, I've been listening to the album and I actually really like it. But people are just so disgusting. People are just so rude. And they act like that just because Morgan Wallen said the N-word one time, or like, I don't even know, for one night, then now he's like this racist that hates black people all of a sudden, when I don't think that that's the case. And just because an artist likes his music doesn't mean that Lana is like, you know, agreed with what he said, you know? It doesn't even matter, to be honest. I just think that people just want to find something to get angry about, you know? And they want to like nitpick and try to destroy people because people are lonely, people are desperate, people are very jealous, you know? And Lana, she has always been crucified. And it just makes me sick that, like, just because one person made a mistake and she wants to support Morgan Wallen, that doesn't mean that she's a racist. Why? Because he said the N-word, but she never said the N-word. So why the fuck would Lana be racist just because she liked his music? Like, get the fuck out of my face. See, this is the bullshit that I'm talking about. It's the woke bullshit. These virtue signaling, white saviors, little motherfuckers out here pissed me the fuck off because why the fuck are you gonna get mad at her for liking this guy's music? Like, why? Like, should we just should we just X out Morgan Wallen because he made one mistake or he said something that you just didn't like? Like, it doesn't make no fucking sense. The guy's a human. We're all human. We all say things that like maybe we regret or maybe we don't regret. Like, it just is what it is. And I remember that video of him. You know, he was drunk and he was, you know, out with his friends and people were recording him outside because he was very loud. It was all very loud and rowdy because he was obviously drunk.
Take care of this pussy. Hey, actually, hey, y'all too? Yeah. Hey, take care of this pussy ass motherfucker. Oh. Hey, Gracie, take care of this pussy ass.
And he was saying the N-word, like, you know, and like just casually talking to his friends and stuff like that. And, you know, that's when his career like literally went downhill. I mean, every award show, has exiled him. He can't go to the Grammys. He's just like, you know, they've ruined him over one incident and for just speaking, you know. And I understand that like the N-word has a lot of has a bad rap because it came from like, you know, a racist you know, the origin of it is racist, you know. And I understand that, but I truly think that like if you are not those words and if you don't believe you are those words or anything, you should not be offended. Like, you just shouldn't be offended. Like, if you truly believe that you are N-word and you truly believe that that's all you are, those are the only people that are offended by that. And, you know, people are not going to like that because a lot of people have been wrapped up in this, like, we have to be offended by everything that's thrown at us or what everyone else says or things like that. Even though Morgan Wallen, I have never seen him, you know, be disgusting towards a black person. He just said the N-word, you know? And it's so ironic. It's like, even after that, like Lil Durk, like he said that he had a conversation with Morgan Wallen and he really like, you know, he thinks he's cool peoples.
Everyone's talking about your collab with Morgan Wallen. It went #1. It was huge.
My boy.
Yeah, that's. I mean, how was it working with him? Because you know he had the whole N-word controversy. He was in hot water. Is he not? He's not racist, is he?
Nah, he ain't no racist. That's my boy. You know, so we had a long talk. He had his public situation. We had behind closed doors. And I vouch for him. I mean, he good. You know?
And because they canceled him for a while, should he be uncanceled now, Morgan
He ain't
Wallen?
canceled. I talked to him.
He's not canceled.
When I say you ain't canceled, you ain't canceled.
And he says that he's not racist at all. He just like, you know, just said the N-word. It's funny how like black people, like a lot of us can be very forgiving. Not all, but we can be very forgiving, and we can also not be so offended by every goddamn thing that the world tells us to be offended by. I'm not offended by it. Like, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck if someone does blackface either. If you want to do blackface, you want to make fun of black people, you do that. Or if you want to do it for comedic like reasons or stuff like that, you do that. What is that going to do for me? Is it going to be funny? Is it going to be like, how does that affect me? That's something that you have to learn. If you're very secure with yourself, you as an individual, you have to learn to not be offended by everything. Because I can be offensive. I can say things that like is going to like make people get very angry. But, you know, like sometimes like it just is what it is. Like some people are just weak. You know, some people are just weak for this world. Some people think they have to get offended by everything. But honestly, your life would be so much better if you don't, you know? I think that's what's wrong with this current generation. Like they're so sad and depressed. They think that they have to get offended by everything. But like, honey, I swear to God, like before when I was woke and I was a leftist, like I used to get offended by every goddamn thing. I used to think that everything was like, you know, like was bad and out to get me. But I honestly feel like I'm so much more happier now than ever before, because I don't let things like that you know, affect my day-to-day life. I just keep it going. Now, things that is truly wrong, of course I'm going to get angry. I'm not offended, but I'm going to tell you what's right and what is wrong. We all should know what's right and what's wrong, you know? But words, they don't hurt you. But actions, they can hurt you. So that's my little take on the Morgan Wallen thing and Lana Del Rey supporting his music. I think that it's really disgusting how people turn their backs on artists just because they don't like another artist of what they've done, you know? And it is what it is. And I think that the Lana community, whatever the fuck, they've always been like, they don't like me because I am, you know, right-leaning. And I speak my mind and I'm very myself, and they hate that because they're jealous, and a lot of those people don't have a personality. And they'll never go far to do anything with their lives. So that's why they don't like me, and I'm very critical of Lana as well, like when it comes to like, you know, music, looks, things like that. I feel like why do we have Project Runway and like America's Top Model? Like those things, like we used to be able to critique and like laugh or like try to want our artists or like, you know, people to be their best selves, or like, you know, like we've always judged like outfits and stuff like that. Like I don't know what it is with this, with my generation. Like I feel like we've all grown the same. Like we all grown up in the same like time. I don't understand like where that went. Like I used to watch like fashion shows and just judge them all the time. Or like I used to like I don't understand this. Why we have American Idol to determine what we like and what we don't like. We have these different things to judge and to have fun and critique. Like what happened to that with music? I don't get it. Like it just it makes no sense. I understand when it comes to people's faves, like they just, get angry, but I don't get angry if someone tries to say things about, Lana, like, when it comes to music, stuff like that. But like what I don't like is a lie, like a really dangerous lie to call someone racist when they're obviously not. Like I think that's dangerous. That can be detrimental, especially in this world culture. But that's my take on that. I hope y'all understand what I mean. Any person out there that likes Lana, they get it. But anyways, on to like the Wuhan lab leak situation. Now, like it's so funny how like everything that we've called out in the past is now coming to light. And honestly, I just feel like it's too late. Like, why all of a sudden you want to bring up that now the Wuhan lab leak was real? When everyone has been canceled, everyone has been demonized, has been shut off from Twitter, from speaking out and telling people like, no, this stuff has came from China. This is the Chinese virus. Like what Trump said, like China.
Okay, why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus?
The Chinese virus. The Chinese virus. The Chinese virus.
He was right, even though I don't really like Trump as much. Like I don't like DeSantis either. I don't like a lot of politicians right now. Like I think they're all bought. I think they've all been bought. I think from the beginning Trump was very for the people, but I honestly don't feel like that he isn't anymore, and he's changed. We need new blood, but push come to shove, I know who to vote for. But I honestly don't like how all of a sudden now now all of a sudden you can say it's not a conspiracy theory anymore. But what about all the people that have been hurt? Like where's the apologies for these people that are hurt by getting the V? Like what happened to that? Why aren't like these government officials, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, all these people out here that vouch for that fucking V, even Trump vouch for the V.
I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But no, that's okay. That's all right.
It has injured so many people. This was ruining people's lives. Over a 99.9% survival rate. And I understand that like the V was to be for people of older age and stuff like that, but forcing the stuff to be for the children, like those kids, like they're fine unless they're immune compromised. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine. They have better immune systems than probably me. Like I just don't understand. Like all of a sudden now we have to be like, oh, yep, everything's fine. And then these celebrities too. Like I hate conservatives and Republicans so much sometimes because like why you get like oh my God, they're finally acknowledging that the V in Big Pharma is bad. Like we've been knowing this. Why didn't they speak out before? Like why did they speak out before? Like what's his name? Woody Harrelson or whatever the fuck his name is. He spoke out about the V. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care. Like you should have been speaking about this like at least 2 years ago. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. And even like I love Fran, like the lady Fran, she's spoken about the V a long time ago too, and how Hollywood is still demonizing her, and they won't even allow her to come to award shows or something like that, or even host shows. It's like there's still so much shit going on, but like now since we have this Wuhan leak thing that has came about, why is there no one holding anything accountable? I don't get it. People's lives were ruined. Businesses are closing right now. I mean, like even the Walmart down the street. Well, that's due to thieving as well. But when they were shut down, like stuff that wasn't booming like that. So it's a cause and effect, and especially for people that are poor. Like I'm not rich. Like period. I'm not rich whatsoever, bitch. I do work hard, but I'm not rich whatsoever, but I do think that like this affects everyone, and it has affected a lot of people, and I think there needs to be a change. It just does. Anyways, I think I've touched my bases on all of that. Truly. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. The FBI has confirmed that that the Wuhan lab was, China has something to do with it. But what's the solution though? Like, what's gonna happen if they know that it came from China? How do they know that it was intentional though? How would they know that it was, it was accidental? How would they know? Because I could have sworn it was about a bat. Like, remember, like, people were eating bats and stuff like that, and that's how COVID arrived. Dude, I really thought that was it. Because, like, I mean, E. coli, like, salmonella, some shit. I thought it was it. Maybe I'm dumb and didn't realize it, but, like, I don't know. I was like, maybe, yeah. I always had, like, the feeling, like, maybe it was lab generated. Because, I mean, can we even talk about, like, COVID a little bit? Like, when I got COVID, it felt very different. Like, have anyone out there have got COVID? If you have, tell me your story down below. Doesn't it feel very demonic? Like, it feels like it's something like, if it like you get chills, you shake, like you're not normal. Like, it's not a normal virus. Like, I don't care what no one says. They say, like, oh, it's just like a cold. I don't think that, like, it's like so bad that, like, I'm gonna die. Like, no, it's not that. It's not even worth getting a V for. But I do think that, like, it's different, and it was made different, And I don't know, and especially the long-term effects of it too. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. I feel like it F you up, and especially with the V, I think that also contributes to having long-term, COVID. But anyways, I'm scared to even talk about that, to be honest. Like, I don't even know how. I've talked about it in the past, but, like, I'm scared. But anyways, next thing. So I love to be on Instagram, and I really enjoy watching this upwards news, conservative, Republican, right-leaning type of Instagram. And they post a lot of different things that goes on in the world. And I love how they just give us the real tea, and it's short. And it's like, they just give you the real tea. And I like that about them. Recently, there was I guess, like a U.S. Border Patrol that was trying to detain an illegal alien, right? And as they were trying to detain this illegal alien, because it was crossing the fucking border. Don't get me started, because honestly, the border is so important to me. I am so shocked how they just allow so many of these people come into our country willy-nilly. And Biden hasn't done really any pushback on it. Now, I know that he said that he's going to continue building the wall or something like that. I think I've seen that somewhere. I read something about that, and people got mad at that because it was like, oh my God, like, how come he can do it but Trump can't do it? It's racist when Trump does it but not when Biden does it and stuff like that. He's trying to put more restrictions on the border, but it seems like he's doing a horrible job still. Because, I mean, I watch Sav Says, and watching how many people go through the border and they think the border is open for them.
¿Piensas Estados Unidos frontera es abierto por tú o sí o no?
Bueno, sí, pues la frontera de Estados Unidos es una puerta abierta para nosotros los venezolanos y es el destino final que estamos buscando, pues.
¿Y qué piensas el presidente antes, presidente Trump? En comparación.
Bueno, no lo sabría pronunciar porque en ese tiempo pues no nos habían aperturado la dicha avenida para acá.
So, I don't understand how anyone cannot understand how important it is to protect our country. We've had 9/11 and stuff like that. Like, what if someone comes in here and tries to, like an organization that are like, what, nationalists? I've heard the nationalists come in here too, like Chinese nationalists come in here too. Like, we don't know who these people are. We don't know, like, if they're of good faith. trying to get away from their country. I mean, if I was going through it in another country, hell fucking yeah, I would try to like go across the border. But we don't know who these people are. They can be dangerous. You just don't know. And people call that racist. I don't understand. I think it's insane. I think the border needs more protection. I think the border patrols need more protection. It's wild to me, you know? And I think that there needs to be something, like, I cannot wait to get Biden out. Like, he needs to go because, dude, especially with inflation and stuff like that, I see things getting higher and higher. I keep seeing, like, more and more people, I'm not even going to get into it because y'all going to think something about me. But it's insane how this stuff just keeps happening. And even under Trump, like, there were still people coming in through the border, but it was less than what it is now. So it goes to show that something was working, but the wall wasn't even fucking fully fixed. So we really need to implement that. But I truly think sometimes that this is like a political game to like not do it and to say that they're going to do it, but they don't do it because they want a political game. They want something for us to continue to talk about. But I don't know. Like, someone needs to do something, bitch. It's not right. It does. Like, you come here to get all this opportunity illegally. Like, it's not fair. Anyways, I think I'm done, y'all. Already, I'm done. Cause there needs to be change. I feel like it's very important, right? I don't know. Anyways, I also wanted to say, like, the Border Patrol was a woman and she was fighting off a man, a legal alien. Like, why are women Border Patrols when we know that men are much more stronger than women? That's something that I forgot to leave out. Like, I don't understand why they do that. You guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening to my rant. And if you have, be sure to, like, leave, like, a white heart emoji or something. And be sure to check out my Depop, my Etsy store. I'm going to put some more clothes on there very, very soon. I have to like take pictures and stuff like that for my Depop. So be sure to support that. Support my TikTok. I'm so happy that everyone, I don't know if you're from TikTok, but thank you so much for coming over here, listen to my rants. It's way different, ain't it? Like, it's way different. I'm more fucking vulgar and I can fucking cuss on this fucking shit. But anyways, thank you for watching. I love you. Don't forget to be yourself, no one else.